Hello, welcome to a new episode of Geek Lunch Meat. I'm your host Chris. As usual, a few bits of news this week. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up button and why not give us a subscribe? Help the channel out a great deal. First off, we're still about a week and a half out from Moon Knight with Oscar Isaac coming to Disney Plus, and Marvel have already given us the next series that's coming down the line. It's Ms. Marvel. A trailer dropped. I'll put a link in the description below. As always, it's coming out June the 8th. We've got Iman Vellani as Kamala Khan, who has a young girl who has polymorphous powers, apparently. I've not read the comics. I've played a bit of the Avengers game, video game that she's in. And I think in the comics she's got powers like her arms can stretch, her fists gets really big and things like that. They've sort of changed that a bit. Fanboys of the internet have been jumping down as always, saying they've changed her powers. It's not hard to see why. We know we've got the Fantastic Four movies coming soon to the MCU. Have already been announced at some point. So yeah, I mean, her powers are very similar in that regard to Reed Richards and his stretching limbs. So they have changed them. It seems pretty good though because they've tied them in. She's like a fangirl for Captain Marvel, where she dresses up and then she gets these powers. But they appear to have sort of changed her powers so that they're a bit more energy based. They still seem to be like, yeah, she's got the expanding limbs and stuff, but made a bit more energy based, a bit like Captain Marvel's, which is quite a good idea. So say June the 8th, that is on Disney Plus. I say only a month, only a week and a half till we get Moon Knight as well. So looking forward to that. Apparently, it's a bit standalone-ish. Obviously, it's still going to all be connected to the MCU, but maybe in more subtle ways. I don't know if we're going to get such big just cameos from other MCU players as we've had in the previous TV shows. We'll see with that. Not long to go. Netflix dropped a couple of posters this week for the new Resident Evil TV show. Now that's we've had a glut of Resident Evil. We had all the Mila Jovovich movies over the years, middling to absolute crap on some of them. We've had the animated movies. We've had the animated. Well, it said animated series that came to Netflix. I think it was last year, but it was sort of like a couple of movies split into a couple of parts. We had the recent Welcome to Raccoon City movie, which sort of bombed, didn't do very well. I've not had a chance to watch it yet. And now we're getting the Netflix live action series July the 14th. It starts, and apparently it's about Wesker's grandkids. I think it's his grandkids. Set like in the future, about 30 years or so. Wesker being familiar to anyone who's played the games. It's set in the future, so there's been this big zombie apocalypse, so it looks like humanity lost and you've just got survivors, so it's a bit of a different vibe possibly. I was hoping we would get the trailer. Usually if you get a poster, usually a trailer is not long coming as well. I say it's coming out July the 14th, so it's not that far away now. Hopefully we will get a trailer soon. Hopefully it's good. It's a shame Resident Evil has got the source material is so good, but none of this stuff. I like the animated, the CGI. Some of the movies have got some quite nice sequences in them. If they can get some of that into this TV series, hopefully it might not be too bad. It was also announced this week that Christopher Lloyd is joining The Mandalorian season 3. Christopher Lloyd, obviously, we know him best probably from Back to the Future as Doc Brown. Obviously, speculation is rife. Who's going to play in Mando? Could be anything. They tend to announce. They do these announcements, and you know who's come up. Things like Michael Biehn in the season 2 of Mando. They're just little one-off parts, and then they either get killed or we don't see them again. I'd love to see him play against type. I'd love to see Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I'd love to see him go maybe like an elderly Imperial sort of remnant officer would be good. Still, because it looks like if you're looking at where the show's going and possibly tying stuff with the Bad Batch animated show. This whole sort of this cloning and what experiments they wanted Grogu for to get his blood to possibly produce clone Force World, maybe leading into Snoke going into the sequel trilogy. Seems to go that way. So yeah, I'd love to see him as some sort of evil say Imperial Remnant officer. We'll wait and see. Mando 3 late this year, early next year. I would say possibly early next year. because we've got Obi-Wan coming up. Then in, I think, sort of August time, we've got the Andor show, which is, I think it's 12 episodes, and obviously at one a week, that's pushing it towards the end of the year. So I wonder if it will be early next year that we'll get Mando 3. We'll wait and see. And then we got an image released from Gremlins, Secrets of the Mogwai, the animated show that's coming to HBO Max. I've talked about this before when it first came, when it was announced. I put up one of the pieces of art, concept art. Still no trailer as of yet, and still no release date. But it's going to be, I think they're going to be premiering one of the episodes at, I think it's the Anarchy, however it's pronounced, Animation Festival. The cast looks great. Ming-Na Wen is always good. Obviously Fennec Shand from Book of Boba Fett and The Mandalorian. James Hong, the legendary James Hong, David Lopan from Big Trouble in Little China, amongst many other roles. D Wong from the Jurassic Park movies as well. The cartoon is a prequel. It's following the old guy Wing, who owns the shop at the beginning of Gremlins. Where he comes and gets Gizmo from. It's him basically as a young kid, I think. I'm not enamored with the with the artwork style. Be interesting to see what it looks like in motion. It looks like they're going for a younger audience. I'd love to have seen something along the lines of the movie with a bit more sort of anarchic, slightly more adult, darker themes. But beggars can't be choosers. I'll take some Gremlins anywhere I can. Who gets it over here in the UK? I don't know. It's HBO Max. That might go to Sky, possibly. They seem to chop and change with those. But yeah, that's coming at some point. That's about it for the news this week. Stuff I've watched. Not really had a chance to watch much stuff, to be honest. Ted Lasso I've been watching on Apple TV, which everyone said was great, and it is very funny. If you like sort of sports comedies and things in the line of the American Office, Parks and Rec, stuff like that, that's very good. I recommend that. Yeah, it's pretty much not really had a chance to watch much. So yeah, that's it from me this week. So until next week, take care and eat geek and be merry.